So let's just take a moment and relax. Breathe in as if the breath is coming up to the chest. And breathe out. As you breathe out, let the feet sink into the ground a little. And then breathe in and rise. And breathe out, compact it down to the abdomen, and then down to the perineum, down to the feet. Then breathe in, as if it's going up through the perineum, up to the chest. And then breathe out. Sink down a little as you breathe out. Then breathe in, pulling in as if the breath is coming in from the ground, breathing up. And then breathing up to the head. And as you sink down, sort of grab the toes like you're gripping the ground a little with your feet. And then breathe in. And then breathe out. And then just relax for a moment. Shut the mind off just for a little bit. And that just puts you in the right space to begin. And let's do a little stretch to the right. Open up. Breathe into these muscles a little. Intercostal muscles between the rib cage. And then the other side. Stretch and breathe into here. So when you think of breathing in here and stretching, not too hard, it actually brings chi in those areas between the rib cages compact. So when we breathe in, it opens that up. And then you just find that you're breathing better, your health is a little better. Interlace the fingers, breathe in, and breathe out, turn down to one side. And breathe in as you rise. And breathe out to the other side. And relax down. Okay, so one of the great things about the twisting is loosening up the chest, first of all, and the arms. And it's not so much that we're twisting the upper body. Right now we're just swinging and letting the arms swing. And the hips stay straight. And now we're going to do this full twist. So turn, raise the back heel, and look at it. And now, this is a therapy for the feet, and because that full turn and also the lower spine, sacrum. And I exhale as I turn, and if I have to go a little slower, I turn, lift the opposite heel, turn and look at the raised heel. Turn. And relax. So the liver, the gallbladder, the kidney, the bladder, and the stomach meridians all connect with the feet. And a lot of times, our feet, a lot of people don't move them a lot. And it's very important to have a lot of movement in the feet, not just walking, but actually the toes pressing and that rolling and lifting and all those things affect the feet meridians. Those meridians go through the whole body. So as much as we want to pull qi through our hands and work the upper body, we also want to think of the legs and feet. So I like to stimulate the feet. One thing that's really good is just turning the ankles around like so. And so there's movement, and there's also awareness of the mind and breath. Okay, so the mind and breath are used to lead the qi through the body. Okay, just turn that. And if we just exhale down and think as if we're pressing down. So in Qigong, a lot of times we think it's just movement, right? But we are also using our mind and awareness. So if we exhale out and think of breathing out through the feet, even though we're not really breathing out through the feet, energy moves through those bones, feet, and it starts to heal meridians that are blocked. And then as we breathe in, we're drawing in up the legs, draw up to the abdomen, exhale out, down to the feet, down to the toes. And the more internal awareness you develop, the more internal movement. So by internal awareness, as I breathe in, I feel as if the breath is coming in through the toes, the ankles, the knees, the thighs, and the hip, and then up here. And that comes in coordination with the movement. As I exhale, down to the thighs, the knees, the ankles, the toes, breathing in. So I'm not just doing an up and down movement. People wonder why there's so many health benefits in Qigong, because in addition to the movement, the mind is in coordination with it. So in Chinese medicine, whenever there's a pain or some kind of problem, often there's a blockage of qi, you know, and we usually all have some sort of blockages in the meridians or on acupoints. But it's like giving yourself an acupuncture treatment by thinking of the feet. Think of the bottom of the feet, press the toes in, press all points of the feet, and then breathe in as if it's moving through. So you're actually drawing in qi through the body and up as you breathe in. And then as you're exhaling, you're pushing it out. And even if you didn't believe in qi, you put your mind there, blood flow starts to happen, bioelectric energy starts to happen there, and it changes. Breathing out through the thighs, the knees, the ankles, the toes. And so it sounds very elementary, but sometimes it's good to go over the basics again. You know, like we do this entire form, which is threading the 9 pearls. So we're breathing in through the toes, the ankles, up the shins, the knees. What do the knees feel like? What does the femur bone feel like? What is the entire pelvic area? They call it the qua, right? This whole area. You feel it filling up. Then you feel the lower spine stretching a little. You're breathing in more, the spine goes. You're not tightening. Tightening causes blockage. Just stretching up. The shoulders start to rise. You're feeling it in the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, and the finger. And as you feel it in the shoulder, elbow, wrist, finger, the movement comes out. Now you want to go back the other way, so you clear out the stagnation. So as you exhale, fingers, wrists, elbow, shoulders, spine, hips. Now you're going down, the knees, you're into the hips, thighs, pushing down. This is like a pressing, compacting it down to the feet, the ankles. And then breathe in and breathe out. And that's called threading. Threading the 9 whole pearls. The toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the spine is a whole pearl, stretching it, the shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. And then threading out, clearing the qi. It's just like breath. It has to come in and it has to go out. So you're moving it out through the body, in and out. And that's how you clear energy with movement. Okay? You'll see this movement in Tai Chi, and perhaps the Tai Chi's masters aren't thinking about all these joints, but they're just feeling it, like from the toes, the ankles. They just feel it, and it just happens spontaneously. But it's good to gain a little awareness. Now, the next thing that happens is as you rise, because we want to stimulate the feet, because that affects it. So think of the feet rocking back and forth. As you rise, the feet rock forward and the toes press in. Okay, so you're out in this position. As you go back, the feet go to the heels, and they sink down, and then forward. So you get movement in the feet. You start stimulating the acupoints, the meridians in the feet. And remember the bubbling springs point, which is the center of the foot. That gets stimulated. So that movement in the feet, the toes grip forward, rock back to the heels. So you have all of these different, what they call layers of practice. The first layer is just the choreography. The next layer is just learning to breathe through the entire body. And little by little you go deeper and deeper into threading. So this is theoretically what you want to do in each movement of Qigong, so that the whole body is moving and the Qi is moving. Now, you might have other teachers that say not teach any of this, because some people just do the movement and they find out. But I found by putting my awareness into the movement itself, I advanced more quickly in deeper awareness, deeper body awareness, and that increased the Qi flow. So you have to learn to take in Qi and expel Qi. Just like the lung, it's taking it in the body and breathing out. Now go to the 45. Breathing into the fingertips, rock back to the heels, sink down. Press the toes in, breathing in. Sink down to the heels, to the balls of the feet. Breathe in, stimulating the feet meridian. Breathing in, rock back to the heels. Now the little bouncing. We're going to do the bounce with the movement. So it's just a light bounce on the feet and a press. Same thing. The joints are threading. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. And it's just a gentle push. Yeah. But it's a pressing, a mental pressing too. So you connect with the Qi field. And relax. So I like to work the feet a little bit more. Like I said, they're important. And we're going to lift our heels off the ground. Okay, so the heels will go up, and then we're going to sink down, and then we're going to rise up, and then put the heels down. This is a good practice. It gives balance, and it develops, it presses the bubbling springs point on the ball of the foot, stimulates the toes, down, rise up. And if it's hard, start with just a little rise, not too high, but a little. Sink down, rise up, heels down, heels up, sink down, rise up, heels down, rise up, sink down, rise up, heels down, rise up, sink down, rise up, heels down. One more. Heels up, sink down, rise up, heels down. So, even though you might be athletic, you may not work these particular muscles. So there's a lot of things going on in those areas of the feet. That's one part of it. The second part is to start down, rise up the heels, and then rise up, then sink down, then put the heels down. Heels up, rise up, sink down, heels down. Heels up, rise up, sink down, heels down. Rise up, down, down. And this gives a lot of coordination and balance. Movement is life. Movement starts getting the flow of qi. Gets the flow of the qi moving through your feet. The feet get stimulated. The meridians through the whole body, like a channel, starts affecting it. Same with the hands and so on. All right. So the other thing that I'd like to show you with the feet is just learning to shift the weight left and right. This shifts, make sure this knee slides over the toe, not beyond the toe if it's to be safe, but if you feel you can go beyond the toe, fine. And a little wider than shoulder, and shift the weight. Now when you shift the weight, it should be enough so that 90% is on one side, you could almost lift up the other side. Shift the weight, meaning I don't just shift it here, I shift it here. And shift the weight. And so this is a prevalent motion in many of the Qigong practices. So they train this motion for health even. This is considered one of the part of the 8 great health movements. And then it changes your form a little. And it's stimulating the ankles and the feet. Okay? And relax. So that's a good practice. The other thing is a good practice is to put one foot forward, one foot back, the back foot set of 45, the front foot straight, and just think of the body like it's actually balancing something like we were saying in Tai Chi, and shift the weight forward and shift the weight back. Only using the leg. The upper body stays still, the weight forward and back. Same thing when we do the push away the waves. We breathe in, we breathe out. We breathe in, breathe out. Same thing, all the weights forward, all the weights back. But that changes the movement to be stimulating the leg. Now the other side, shift the weight forward, shift the weight back. Push the waves, pull, press, pull, press. As the hands are tools for sensing the qi, so the way you press affects the practice. The way you relax and receive, and then press the wave. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out, and relax. All right, so another practice I like, pretty much like how we had our feet, except for we're going to bend forward. Depending on how far you can go, doesn't matter. It's as if you're scooping some water, and you grab the water, and you come back, drop it over your head, and push your hands behind you. And then turn them, and scoop. Breathe in, and breathe out. So you're stimulating the legs, causing energy to move through the body. There we go. Good. And you don't always move your ankles. You have to press your toes into the ground and your heels to really do this properly. One more. And relax. We'll do the other side. Back foot set of 45. Scoop and bend forward and raise up and down. Scoop. And there you put a lot of pressure on the feet and the ankles, and then forward and down. Scoop. And relax. So that's just a little segment on the feet. And you can kind of add that into every practice. We'll do some wave hands like clouds now. We'll do it with the weight shifting left and right. So when the hands push to one side, the legs shift the opposite. And that gives the sort of the Tai Chi feel, even though we're doing it as Qigong. Now we're working the legs and the arms. This is the yin hand, this is the yang hand. What's really interesting is the universe is all made up of the currents in every atom, right? There's the negative and positive, the yin and yang, and all biochemically, it's a yin and yang to make something active. So even with the Qigong, it's a science. This is the yin hand connecting with the earth, yang hand connecting with the heaven. The downward hand is yin, the upward is heaven. So it's a field it's connecting with. And whenever you do Qi healing and healing, you're interacting on the atomic level with the yin and yang forces and altering them through the power of the mind and intent. You can breathe out to either side if you want. Breathe into the center. Look at the hand and relax the fingers. Little flex as you go down. And you see, all you do is let the body turn almost in a half circle. And that changes the form, strengthens your feet. So even though I'm not teaching you Tai Chi, I am in a sense, because if we put more of the feet and more of the Tai Chi uses the yin-yang opposite movements a lot more simultaneously. And we start getting more energy flowing when we activate the legs as well in the Qigong, feet and legs. And relax. Okay, so, we have the movement where we gather and come down, but again, compact the feet into the ground as you go down, pressing a little bit in. Doesn't have to be hard, just a little press. And then here, the up and the down. That brings the two currents, yin and yang, merging together. What happens throughout the universe. Everything, all life, all movement happens. And the chi field interacts through all of that. Grab the earth, pull it up. Feel the heavens, draw it down. Breathe in, breathe out. And relax. Okay, now we're gonna do the swimming like a butterfly. Breathe in, draw the arms toward the armpits, turn. As you rise, the backhand gathers, backhanded gather. Flip at the elbow, feel the chi. Sink down, pull through. Rise and sink down. Breathe in and breathe out. So you're pulling through the body. Dantian to Mingmen. The abdomen to the lower back. Rise. Sink. Do the threading, breathing through the whole body as you rise, exhaling out through the whole body. Filling the body with chi, exhaling the chi, clearing the stagnation. Filling up like a balloon, exhaling. And now the other way. Breathe in, turn. Parting the water, called swimming like a butterfly. Turn. So scoop under, come down, and forward. Rise. Rise as you come forward. Breathe in. And breathe out as you go down. And then you can try reversing it, breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out. After you get the hang of the movement. But I like to breathe in as I'm gathering. Breathe out here. And relax. That's good. So my brother was telling me that this Qigong movement, his therapist was showing him that this was good for this was a therapy technique. And he goes, no, my brother does that in Qigong. And he goes, no, this is an actual practice. But so he says, well, they're thousands of years old. So they've actually adopted some of these practices for helping shoulders and so on. The palm stays up at all times. It turns again in this way. Front of the head to the back. Palm is up, circles down through the armpit, turns, and circles. holding the teacup. And now reverse, from the back of the head to the front. The arm turns, scoops through. And if you have tightness in your shoulders, you can try this. You don't want to strain though, you want to do it gently. You don't want to force it. And then of course there's that point where the palm still has to be up, and it's pretty hard right there. Other side now. Turn front of the head to the back. Palm is up. So just like the feet, the hands have the fingers have numerous meridians that go through the whole arm, other direction, back of the head to the front. And we rarely do this reverse tendon changing, okay? And that stimulates those meridians, turning here. Don't tighten the shoulder. It comes up a little, but try not to hold it up too high. Relax. And next class. Ah, good. All right, so let's do the Vitality Qigong. Step out to the left. Sink down, gather back hand. Push down and rise. Sink down, bring the hands to the chest. Push them out a little. Turn to your left and rise slowly, holding a ball. And sink down to the center, holding that ball right at your heart. And then rise to your right. And then slowly sink down to your center. And then rise as you breathe in, opening the arms wide. And then sink as you push the hands to the face. Then from the elbows, rotate the palms so the fingers face forward. Press forward and upward. And then just sweep the chi field down. The head stays up. It's kind of a down. And then the palms come to the face and down. So you notice I try to keep straight when I go up and down. The feet press into the ground. I connect with the earth. I pull up straight, as if I were against a wall. Pulling up straight. Yes, like that. Okay, so we'll try it again. Backhanded gather. Breathe in. Push down. Breathe in, hands to the chest. Expand the ball, turn to your left, feeling a ball of energy between the hands. Just breathe normal here. And then breathe out to the center. And then breathe in. And then just hold for a while, relaxed breathing. And then to the center. And then breathe in, expand this big ball, and then press toward the face as you sink down. Turn the palms, press forward and upward. Sweep the chi field down. Breathe in, bring the hands to the face as you sink down, and then push down. And relax. Okay. Paddle the boat. Down. Chin up, eyes open. Turn the palms upward. And down. I guess the eyes don't have to be open. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And one more. And relax. Okay. Turn and look at the moon. Breathe in. Breathe out to the center. Breathe in. Breathe out to the center. And relax. Okay, turning earth and sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhaling down, inhaling up. When you've done 8, switch directions. Like you're spinning a big wheel around, turning it. And then just relax when you're done. Waving body, collecting chi. Bend the knees forward, the hips. Round the back. Knees forward, hips forward, chin to the chest, rise up. Round the back, chin forward. And the chin's going like a Ferris wheel. And then we get this little roll. And then we'll add the collecting chi, pulling through the perineum, gathering the back hand. Move the hips forward, pull through the perineum. So again, movement and energy. At the same time, the hands are tools, moving chi through the body. 6 times, 4. I roll and I rise. Roll the hips forward, bend down, rise. And then come to the lower abdomen. 1. Abdomen stretches out, back rounds. 3, round the back. 4, round the back. Rise, push the abdomen out. 5. 6, now the chest. So the hands come through like this and around together. And think of it coming through the chest and through the back, behind the heart. 3. Chest expands out, back rounds. Chest expands, the back rounds. Sink down, rise. Sink down, rise. Roll the back, arch the back. Not too tight. And now the throat. 1. Chin goes back, back rounds. 3. Chin tilts up a little. 4 as it goes through. 5. So you have to find the coordination of the movement, the arms, the energy. 6. Okay, now the forehead. 1. Through the front of the head to the back of the skull. Shang Dantian to Yuzhen, the back of the skull. Feel it passing through, clearing out the brain and the eyes. Relax. Lots of things go through our body. Electromagnetic fields, energy fields, chi fields. And so in the science of chi, there's a field that passes through, and we can clear any things that have collected that have to move with our hands. Our hands are clearing, just the intent moves through as if it's moving. Anytime we use our hands, it's the same as we use our hands for other things, but the hands are actually moving the chi through. Then we move through the whole body. So if you just take the fingers, curl them down, lift up the heels, like you're pulling it down through the body. And then the palms together. Push here and press down. So gather up, palms together on the sides, curl the fingers down, and pull down. Palms together here, and press. Gather up, heels off the ground, and pull down like the fingers are pulling down through the head, gently. Palms together, and press down. One more time. Rise the heels up, sides of the palms together, fingers curl down, and pull down, the heels come down, palms together, and push down. And relax. Do the standing practice, so put the feet wider than shoulders, and then just sink the abdomen in. Toes grip the ground, shoulders relaxed. No tightness in the muscles. Eyes look straight, end 9/10 closed. Tongue touches the roof of the mouth. And get into a relaxed posture for a moment. And then just let the hands float up from the shoulders. And you can put the palms flat, or you can do a more advanced form with the sword fingers. And those stimulate the heart meridian. Breathing in through the feet, up to the abdomen, through the ground, Breathing in through the head, down through the torso, into the abdomen, and breathing out the arms, hands, and fingers. Be of the opinion that your mind goes 9 feet into the ground, like roots of a tree. Your feet go 9 feet deep. So as you breathe in, you're drawing deep into the earth. And you're breathing at the same time, ground and sky, head and feet, into one at the abdomen. And exhaling out the arms, hands, and fingers. If there's mouth-watering, swallow it. That's a spiritual fluid, Chinese medicine. Try to slow the breath, make it long, soft, smooth, even, deep. Check for any tension held in the body and let it go. Go into a tranquil, deep state. Grip the toes into the ground gently. Chin slightly in, head drawn up by a thread. Open the channels through the whole body, using the breath and mind, filling the body with the energy through the head and feet, into the abdomen, lower abdomen, right at the navel. Exhaling out the arms, hands, and feet. Breathing in just below the navel, inside, Shadantien. Breathing out the arms, hands, and fingers. Let the body adjust on its own. Sometimes a little pain will come up, just let it pass through. This will strengthen the whole body. And come, bring the feet together. Slowly lower the arms. And you can bend forward, bounce down a little, stretch out the back and the spine, breathe into the back. And slowly rise up. So we're working on pulling the energy up, drawing the energy up through the feet and the head, but at some point with practice, it becomes like what I call singularity, where it's just a constant. Master Hao explained it like a laser beam. You keep regulating qi constantly, and then it's regulating without regulating. So at first we're working on drawing the qi here and drawing the qi down, but at some point it's just almost like a constant.